Welcome to Flock Talk. It is our first edition, Season 2, Episode 1. I think that's what we're calling it. A special edition because we've got a special guest. Torin Montgomery, the Beloit Skycarp first baseman from 2023. And who knows? Destination's unknown, right, in 2024. That's kind of how you live your life, right, Torin? Just kind of one day at a time as a professional baseball player?
Yeah, you never really know. You're grateful for every day. You experience a lot of different places, a lot of different people. I mean, you meet all different types of people, and you live every day, not knowing what tomorrow's going to bring, but you embrace it and you're excited for it.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of meeting a lot of different people, that's what we're here to do. We are on the eve of Skycarp Fest, which is our annual winter festival that we welcome our fans in. We're excited to do that on Saturday. And, Torin, you just stepped into this ballpark. It looks a little bit different than it did in September when you left. But what were some of your first impressions as you walked up here on this very frigid January afternoon?
It's cold. That's kind of the first thing that I thought when I was outside. Obviously, I mean, the field's full of snow right now, so that's a different look, kind of unique. But the place is great. I mean, obviously, I spent 7 to 8 weeks here. At the end of 23, I love it. The fans, great community out here. But overall, I mean, just being back here, putting some good vibes in the air. Getting to see the fans come out, everybody, and really just enjoying it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's snow-filled for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hopefully it'll be all that snow will be gone by the time April 5th rolls around, and we welcome in the hated Cedar Rapids Colonels for the first series. Let's try to. You want to start some beef with the Colonels? Anything personal you have on any of these Cedar Rapids? Did you play them when you were here?
No, I never played them.
Well, we can't have any beef.
I know a couple guys.
There you go. Who don't you like?
I like them all. I wish I could say I didn't. But I mean, obviously, when you start playing, all things are out the window.
Absolutely,
you're in compete mode.
Well, Torin, tell us a little bit about your off season. What do baseball players do when they shut it down in September and look forward to spring training? What do you want to get done on the off season?
Yeah, obviously, enjoy time with family and friends. I got to travel a little bit. See people that I don't always get to see, during the 6 games a week, regular season. I was fortunate enough to be able to really learn and grow a lot, hit the gym, take care of diet, nutrition, really spend some time on the mental and, the physical side where, you're not playing ball every day. So you get to kind of take a look and fine-tune those other parts. So really been enjoying getting the gym this off season, and just preparing for the long grind that is a minor league baseball season.
Well, for those of you who out there that were big Skycarp fans and following, I mean, I think that they'll notice even over our video camera here. It's a little bit of a new Torin.
Yeah.
So tell us about what specifically you got done this winter, because it's impressive.
Yeah. No, like I said, I mean, I took care of my diet. That was one of the big focuses. Yeah, it's hard during a season to stay on track of that. But, when you have some time to really look at it, now I got it locked in. I think I ended up losing, 15, 20 pounds, something around there. But not just because I felt that I had to, but because, I've been feeling a lot better, training the athletic side of things, explosiveness, there's so many little things that go into it that can make a big difference when you step out on the field. And that's really what I brought my focus in on, just to be able to grow and be a better athlete.
Well, certainly, I mean, there are pluses and minuses to having a McDonald's across the street from the stadium. I'll just say that. But
I'll still go.
Absolutely. We love our friends at McDonald's for sure. What about as you're looking ahead to spring training, I mean, we're only about a month away now before you guys kind of get started, at least, with the workouts. So what are you looking forward to about the 2024 season?
I've missed a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited to get back to is spring training. See a lot of the guys, see a lot of the coaches that we saw during the season and into last spring training. I know we got some. There's going to be some new faces and old faces. So really excited to get back with the guys. Just be able to talk baseball. Obviously, we're going to enjoy that weather down there in Florida, spring training time. But just being around the game, that's what you really start to realize that you miss the most when. Obviously you're in the dog days, you're going through every day, and it's, man, this is tough. It's a grind. But the second you step away from it, you're like, let's get back. You miss it so much right away. So just being around the game every day, being able to talk it, being able to learn, being able to grow as players. I mean, it's all part of what's going to be fun to start this year in spring training and, go into the season.
You mentioned the opportunity to go home and see family, see friends. Where's home for you?
Just outside of Seattle, Washington. I tell people Seattle, but Kirkland.
Okay.
Kirkland, Washington, yeah.
And now we were talking on the way up, so that's not necessarily where you grew up your entire life, though, right?
No. So I was born and raised in Connecticut, like New Haven area, if you know. And by the age of 14, my mom, my sister, and me we got up and moved all the way across the country and landed in Kirkland.
Now, when I try to get my 14-year-old to move from the living room to his room, he has trouble with that sometimes. So moving, across the country, that had to be a tough adjustment for a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, that's 8.5 years ago now, but as a 14-year-old, I'm coming out of 8th grade. I'm feeling, what would I have said? I feel swaggy at the time, just feeling good in general, and just to be thrown on something like that where it's, hey, we're moving, 3,000 miles away on the other side of the country. And I'm thinking, my whole life, my whole family is here. I don't want to do that. But, in hindsight, it was one of the best decisions that my mom made.
Well, one of the reasons it was such a great decision, right, is the specific high school that you ended up at turned out to be pretty darn good baseball school.
Yeah, Kangs baseball, Lake Washington High School. Shout out to Kangs. Lake Washington High School, in Kirkland. I showed up, and it was 2016. That spring was my freshman year. The team won state, and 3 years later, my senior year, we won state again. So built a powerhouse. Like it was built, but we continued to grow it, and build it into what it is now, which is one of the top baseball schools in the Northwest. And you'd be hard to find anybody who's going to argue that knows the area. So
well, another thing a move to Seattle afforded you was a rather unique opportunity at a first job. I think everyone out there would be jealous of this first job. Tell the audience, what did you do for your first job? I know I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods for about $4.50 an hour, and was trying people's shoes on for them. It was terrible. So
there you go.
You won in this regard, Torin. What did you do?
I was actually fortunate enough to be photographer's assistant for the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was on the sideline of every game from that 18 to 19 season. I told you guys, I was on the sideline for Sunday Night Football, Mahomes versus Russell Wilson, and that was like the highlight of any 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old's life. Corky Truin, who I have a great relationship with. He was, for a number of years, the head photographer for the Seattle Seahawks, and he gave me the opportunity to work with him on the sideline of every home game for that 18-19 season. It an ideal first job.
That is an ideal first job. Holy cow. And then you had a very, very interesting collegiate experience, to say the least, as well. You know, first of all, it was surrounding, you know, there was some COVID times. There was a new program involved. Talk about, you know, your opportunities after high school.
Yeah, so out of high school, I had a relationship with my basketball coach at the time, who ended up becoming a coach at Boise State. It was the first season, the first baseball program that Boise State was going to have since 1980. So it was 40 years at the time when it was 2020. What a great program it was really becoming. I mean, the coaches, you know, all the guys, the area. I mean, it's just the school. Like it's just a great place. And then when COVID hit in March of 2020, we had played 14 games at the time. I think we were 9-9. We finished 9-5. The season got canceled. Eventually, when summer rolled around, we got the news that they were cutting the program. You know, due to budget. Yeah. You know, being that COVID, you know, was hurting a lot of athletic programs, not just Boise State. But from there, I had to enter the portal and really find a new place, which I was fortunate enough to have opportunities to do that. You know, a lot of guys at Boise State, you know, that was a great opportunity for them. And, you know, it hurts to see that not everybody got to, you know, move on, or their career didn't take off the way that it probably should have. Because, you know, how things ended there. So I ended up at Mizzou, played there for 2 years, and now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
And when you got drafted by the Marlins, this was not the first time, right?
No. Yeah. So I actually got drafted in the 35th round out of high school, which is, I mean, it's awesome. You know, coming out of high school, just even being mentioned in that conversation is, you know, I mean, such an amazing honor. And got to the point where I thought college was the best decision for me. Played, you know, the shortened year at Boise State, 2 years at Mizzou, and Marlins called again. So I couldn't turn them down this time. There's no way. And I'm grateful for everything that's you know, come up, every opportunity that I've had since joining this organization, and all the people I've met along the way.
Yeah, and your career's right on track. I mean, you spent the first year in rookie ball, and then up in Jupiter, and then last year you split between Jupiter and here in Beloit, and obviously hoping probably at some point to spend some time in AA this year, depending on how things go. But how do you feel about, you know, how things have progressed for you? I know you know there's some things, if health factors and stuff that you know, led to some issues here. So how do you think things are going so far for you?
Yeah, I'm just so happy for, you know, every opportunity that I get. You know, there's a lot of things that are out of your control. You know, not even just what team you're playing on, but in life, and especially in baseball, there's so much that is going to happen that you can't do much about. There's so much unknown and what you can't control. That all you really can do is just go out and be your best self every day. If you can go out there and be the best version of yourself every day, and face, you know, the adversity and all the tough things that you're going to go throughout a season, throughout a career, then you're going to end up right where you need to be. You're going to be in a spot where you know, you can grow, learn, and get better from it all.
No question. And, you know, obviously the adversity and the pressure that you guys face on a daily basis, what do you like to do away from the diamond? How do you kind of wind down and relax?
Watch sports. Yeah, I don't. Most of my life is really been sports.
Same. Not playing though. Not playing at all. Just watching.
Right,
But yeah.
Right. No. Yeah. No. I mean, I love to watch sports. I love to talk sports. I've been watching a couple good shows on Netflix.
What do you got? What do you got for us?
Some thrillers. I don't know if you're into it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Bring it on.
One of them was based off a book called "Fool Me Once."
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
All right. We like that one. All
I
right.
watched Behind Her Eyes.
Okay. Sounds scary.
Just finished that.
Yeah.
No. It's trippy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trippy.
yeah.
All right. Good.
I watched that.
Good
No,
Torin
yeah.
review. Trippy. Okay. I like it.
Yeah. No, just stuff like that,
Yeah.
like anything that you can get into to kind of take your mind off things. But yeah, no, I mean, I love sports. Love to listen to music. I had a short-lived music career that I wasn't going to mention because I know
just mentioned it.
I know the research team is.
Oh, we can. Yes, I'm a tremendous Googler. Why don't you completely out yourself? Were you spitting bars? I mean, were you soul guy? Like, what were you? What was the Torin Montgomery specialty?
No, I'm not doing it because I'm going to leave it up to everybody else to.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good homework assignment. But I do know. Although Torin's music career was cut short, I know there is some serious music in the Montgomery family. So talk about that.
My little sister is a star. Cassie
Okay.
Montgomery. She is a part of group Seattle Vocal Point.
Mm-hmm.
It's a music group, in the Northwest and Seattle area. And she's just she impresses me every day with what she does, and she's got a beautiful voice. She can sing all different types of music. I know she dives into Aretha Franklin. She can, her range is amazing. She's definitely got a better voice than me.
Okay, that's good. That's
so
good.
we could throw that out the window.
Yep.
But yeah, no, she's a senior in high school, so she's finishing up with all that. But she's got a bunch of auditions coming up for college. So she's looking to get into music in college. So I'm really excited for her future.
That's awesome. A talented Montgomery family for sure. And we are happy to have Torin along with us. Certainly last year at the Sky Carp, this weekend at Sky Carp Fest. And who knows, maybe again in April. So Torin, thank you so much for joining us on the first edition of this year's Flock Talk. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. I'm excited to be here.